Hi guys, and welcome to another session of Honest Talk About Women, where you'll learn tips, tricks and strategies on how to navigate the minefields of dating and relationships. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also comment in the comment section. It all helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you have a story you want to share with viewers, you can contact me on my email address listed below. Just a disclaimer to start with, I'm not offering legal advice. You need to seek a lawyer to get legal advice on wills and property sharing agreements. Okay, let's get into it, guys. So this story is from one of our local newspapers. It relates to a couple who were in a 7-year relationship, and when the guy suddenly died, according to his will, all his money, his net worth, his estate went to his biological son. So I've simplified the story and I'll summarize it for you. So the husband, Chris, he died at 55 and he left his entire net worth of $2 million to his biological son, Mitchell, from a different marriage. His current wife, Karen, went to court to overturn her late husband's will. They had been in a relationship for 7 years. The couple met in their late 40s, and after living together for 2.5 years, entered into a property sharing agreement to establish each other's assets and what to do in the case of divorce or death. It was Chris's 4th relationship and Karen's 2nd relationship. So this is not uncommon, guys. A lot of people in relationships have to make the decision as to where their assets go after their death or divorce, and it needs to be in writing, and you got to work it out, your current will versus your property sharing agreement. Guys, I know a lot of guys in this situation. There's one guy who I know is in a relationship with a woman, and he's done everything possible so his son, his only biological son, gets absolutely nothing of his estate. He has a dysfunctional relationship with his son and doesn't want him to get anything. So he's gone to extreme measures to work it to make sure that his son gets nothing in the case of his death. And he's even used offshore trusts to park his assets in. And then on the other side, you can get other couples who want everything to go with all their assets to go to their biological kids. So a lot of people are into their 2nd or 3rd marriage or 2nd or 3rd relationship, and they both come into a relationship with similar net worth, and they want to keep things separate and make sure that the assets don't get handed over to the other person upon their death, and that they go straight to their kids, or some sort of arrangement when the kids are 30 plus or 25 plus or whatever, or they achieve certain benchmarks in life. So this is not uncommon. And then on the other side, you can get other couples who want everything to go with all their assets to go to their biological kids. So a lot of people are into their 2nd or 3rd marriage or 2nd or 3rd relationship, and they both come into a relationship with similar net worth, and they want to keep things separate and make sure that the assets don't get handed over to the other person upon their death, and that they go straight to their kids, or some sort of arrangement when the kids are 30 plus or 25 plus or whatever, or they achieve certain benchmarks in life. So let's get into it. So what has the priority? The will or the property sharing agreement? So the couple were described as being financially sound and enjoying a good life together. Karen said that they had plans to retire comfortably to a dream coastal location. So that's not uncommon in New Zealand, given New Zealand's a narrow country, has plenty of coastline. Most people want to get to the coast and enjoy sea views and the beach life in their retirement. So not unusual here. Karen said they had, she lodged the claim against Chris's estate in the year after his death, saying he had breached his duty to make adequate provisions for her. Okay. The application under the Family Protection Act was based on her claim that the terms of a shared property agreement did not reflect the parties' intentions if their relationship ended on death, nor did Chris's last will. Okay, so the judge said there were difficulties with this narrative, and that it was insufficiently coherent or cohesive, and it was no surprise the relationship between her and her de facto stepson broke down. Okay, we're starting to get into legal speak here. The judge dismissed the case because details of the shared property agreement that stated latest wills of either party were respected. And Chris's latest will stated that his entire net worth would be given to his son. And Karen had a net worth of approximately $2 million. So the judge said it was apparent from her evidence that she was not only a qualified and experienced professional, but an assertive, capable, and confident woman who had worked in roles focused on money and finance and had managed to navigate her way successfully in the world as a single, independent person. Okay, I didn't think that last part was that relevant. The judge summing up her character, it should be just based on the facts. And the judge said no, the will, Chris's will, which meant all his net worth of $2 million goes to his biological son from a previous marriage. So that's interesting. The judge basically carried out what the property sharing agreement said, and it said it would respect the wills of either parties in case of death. So that's what I think was a crucial deciding point in this case. So there you have it, guys. You can have a property sharing agreement, and I always go on about prenups, which is a property sharing agreement, and it's crucial that you establish up front when you get into a relationship who gets what, should there be a divorce or death, and you got to think this through, because a lot of people are into their second or third marriages or second or third relationships, and they have kids from previous marriages, and do they want someone that's come into their life in the last 3 to 5 years to get all the money, given they've had kids who are now into their 20s and 30s, who have been around a lot longer than the current wife or the current girlfriend. So this is something you've got to consider. If you're out there in your second or third marriage or relationship and you've got a new lady that's just come into your life, will she get all your money on your death, or will your kids who have been around for 20 or 30 years get the money? And if they do get the money, what are the strings attached to it? Because some kids in their 20s don't have financial literacy, and they'll blow it. They'll just simply blow it. It's like a lottery. A lot of people that win lottery lose all the money because they don't have any financial discipline. And you set your will up so that they have to achieve certain benchmarks to get the money, or other ways of handing out the money so your hard-earned money doesn't get lost quickly. Interesting example, and if you want to get something out of this, make sure your will is up to date, because the last thing you want to do is give out all your entire money to someone who's just recently come into your life when you've had kids for 20 or 30 years and you've got a great relationship with them. So you've got to look after your kids to make sure they get as much help as they can, because it's incredibly tough for them these days. So that's it. Get out there and update your wills, guys, and make sure that's factored into your property sharing agreement with your current wife, that the wills are respected. The latest will is respected. Okay, if you need any other tips and advice to navigate the minefields of dating and relationships, buy my book on Amazon ebooks. It's called Alpha Dating. It's very reasonably priced, and you can receive it in seconds via an electronic form. So I do advise you to read that book, because there's a lot of minefields out there in dating and relationships, and you've got to be very, very mindful of protecting your own net assets. Okay, that's it for today, guys. I hope you got something out of it. Until next time, take care.